The past few years have been something of a group experiment where millions of workers have tested the long-term viability of remote and hybrid teams. Giants from Airbnb to Spotify believe in the out-of-office benefits so much, they've made it a permanent switch. You can offer employees a more flexible work-life balance, and your applicant pool becomes limitless.
We have people in California, Mexico City, Costa Rica.
Well, we are a remote team, and key things at our team for now is flexibility.
So we've got members of the team scattered all over the world, and we've figured out how to make that work.
Many startups we interviewed started with a fully remote team or have switched to a remote or hybrid work style. They've been able to scale their startups at a rapid pace and build strong teams. So whether they're all in the same zip code or scattered across the globe, we had to ask, how do you manage a remote team as a startup?
Part of my philosophy and the way this is structured is it's not like you need to be working from a certain time. You can do your work whenever you want to do your work, because PupPod never sleeps. There's somebody working on PupPod, every minute of the day, depending on their geography and when they can do their work.
We are results-oriented, results-focused. If there are any problem or some deadlines could not be met, we encourage people in the team to discuss this openly, to do not to wait until the problem becomes a real problem.
He's now 2.5 almost, and the last few months has been my first full timer, and so now we're a team of about 4 with some of that part-time support still. And so the last few months it's been a great exercise. And the first 2 years of Jiggy, my experience kind of leadership wise was very product, the business, the sales, marketing, all of that. And I haven't yet really had the, other side of being a founder and CEO, which is the team and internal leadership and culture. So we're kind of actively still defining that and seeing what works and what's the right balance of, everyone being aware and having eyes on everything, and what are the potential bottlenecks or holdups, but not micromanaging, especially it's only 3 people still and all remote and always have been remote.
We're a fully remote company. We have no offices whatsoever. We work across time zones. We all know exactly what our tasks are going to be. We do sprints. We have the proper product development lifecycle. If you think about your structure and your culture early on, it really helps.
Company culture is a very interesting thing because we are obviously working remotely, but even before the pandemic, we were working remotely.
First off, the whole company is distributed. We have no company office. Everybody works remotely. It's been like that from the beginning. We have offshore developers in Eastern Europe.
We have people in California, Mexico City.
We have manufacturing partners in China.
Then we have people in India. We have people in the Philippines and Europe.
We've got members of the team scattered all over the world, and we've figured out how to make that work. So when you're in that environment, you have to be able to deploy responsibility, just because you can't micromanage people remotely. So you have to invest in folks that you can trust to crush it.
Early on, we thought a lot about who we are and who are the kind of people we want to surround ourselves with. Now, I think it's still so early that we only have a couple of people on the team, and there's not that much need of structured management. Just if you need a break, take a break, or because we're a fully remote company, so you also have to be kind of your own manager. But I think Carlo does a really good job, and I think I'm way better now than I was 2 years ago, but I think I still have a long way to go there.
We are all just doing the best we can and learning as we go. But managers and leaders are in unique positions to ensure their teams aren't at risk of burnout or team disconnect. There are a lot of things you can do to make a remote or hybrid situation flow for everyone involved. Multiple studies have discovered some of the same basic yet essential strategies for maintaining productivity and communication while working remotely. We've compiled them here. These things include pride and sense of purpose, promoting autonomy and empowering your team, more choices and flexibility, shared values, reaching out as a manager to spur regular communication, and demonstrating that your team's work directly impacts company growth. Keeping these things in mind, your leadership could actually improve people's quality of life and create a successful startup, like how Jiggy did.
I'm open to all, text, call, Slack, email. And so if something is really inhibiting anybody else's work, I try to prioritize that first. Prioritization, getting super clear on, each person's, what they're owning, how it all works together. It can be both. It can be like interesting, important work and not kill yourself, stressful. I think for a while, this kind of hustle culture of like, if you're not suffering, you don't deserve it, like you haven't earned it if you're not miserable.
It's a startup, everything is the hypothesis here and everything you need to test, and so you can just the negative result of the test is actually a result as well, so it's not bad. So this is our main idea here, and I hope at least that it actually works for us.
We're all aligned in the vision, so that's the fun part of it. And in terms of culture, I try to keep it really fun because work is supposed to be fun, believe it or not. So we're always just having fun with it. If it's not fun, then don't do it,